My name is Mangoma John Mark, LLB4. I am very happy to be here. I actually thank the team for choosing me to be the moderator of a program like this one. I am here with two great strong men who have a dream to fix whatever wrongs are in the law society. I would beg they introduce themselves before we go on with this program. Let's start with Ali.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would want to thank Seventh Hope for organizing this event. I would also want to thank Uncle Mark for for accepting our request to moderate this event. My name is Ali Nur Ali, and I'm in year 3 semester 2, and I am aspiring for the position of LSS president.
Thank you very much. Mr. Lemi.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Seven Talk, for organizing this show. And my name is Lemi, John Bosco Frank, apparently serving as the General Secretary. Fortunately, the Constitution doesn't permit me resign first before contesting because it's an elective position, and elective positions expire at the election of another person in that specific office. I'm grateful to be here, and I pray this particular interview, debate, or interaction lives up to the expectation. Thank you.
As you can see, two great men. Even the introduction itself speaks for itself. I have nothing more to say about everyone. They are a very open book. What you see is what you get. I would like to proceed with this interaction debate. It's going to be open-minded. I will fire them questions. No crying, guys. I'll fire them questions. They will tell us, because they're aspiring to become the president of the Law Student Society. When you hear Law Student Society, it is not a joke. You must have a reason why you want to stand for this particular post. We are from Islamic University in Uganda, Mbale campus. Shouts out to the Seven Talk, and shouts out to the people at the venue. We are currently streaming from Mbale Kotsu Hotel. Whoever comes, please visit this place. It's a very nice place. So, the first question. Let me start with Ali. Why do you think you should be the president of the Law Student Society?
Thank you very much, and thanks for the question. I would say that I'm not a politician, first and foremost. Secondly, I am a student who knows the challenges of the student, because I've interacted with many students who always tell me their challenges, who always tell me their problems, and I always try to resolve their problems as quickly as soon as possible. I therefore decide to stand for this position because I really believe that I am the right person for this position.
So, you believe you are the right person for this position? Okay, Mr. Lemi. Why do you think you should be the president of this society?
Thank you very much. Why I think I should be the president of society is not so far from the actual reality. I am a student who first of all originates from the disadvantaged parts of the country of Uganda. I am a student who has faced the challenges in law school. I am a student who has lived as an example that even though you face the challenges in law school, you can, at the end of the day, make it up to the peak. I have served under the government of 3 different presidents. I have been mentored by 3 different presidents. I've been mentored by several political leaders, several religious leaders, and I believe that I will not just be the president, but I will be the president of the people, given the blessing from God and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because the aspirations I carry are the aspirations of the ordinary students who have no choice, no chance to life, and nothing apart from this degree. And that is the aspiration I bring to table and feel like this is it. And this is what we deserve as the law student society. We are the ordinary students, and I believe I am the most perfect person to fit in a community whereby the majority of the students are like me. A cat can never lead a rat family.
Mr. Lemi, you have said you have been one of the disadvantaged students in the law student society.
Yes, I have.
What do you mean by this? Yes.
A disadvantaged student is basically an ordinary student who comes to school with hope that by the time the examinations are coming into play, they have cleared their tuition. A disadvantaged student is one who not only comes to school to read books and spends their entire time in the library, but this is one who comes to school, 1, to read, comes to school, 2, to associate, 3, comes to school to endeavor to ensure that they have a hustle they are chasing about. They ensure at times, actually, the best way I can give an example of the best way I can describe a disadvantaged student is by calling them, should I say, Omuntu wa wansi, in the words of His Excellency Robert Chagulanyi, the President of the National Unity Platform. I should say that.
Let's limit ourselves to LSS.
I just borrowed a word from His Excellency. So, as I was trying to say is that the ordinary student is this person whose reality is the reality that we live, we face, we each and every day encounter, not one that we fake when we want votes. This is a reality we carry upon. After I've removed my suit and I've put it back in its shell and I've hung it up on my roof, that is my reality. The reality of worry, will I have supper today? Will I go to class tomorrow? Will I be able to sit my examinations? Will I be able to associate? Where are the social linkages? And that is the person I want to represent in the office of the president.
Thank you very much. Mr. Adam, do you think the law society has disadvantaged students like Mr. Lemi has?
Thanks for the question. I believe that they might be a disadvantaged student, but it is not the way that he has described. Because I believe that I'm worried about my tuition fee. I'm worried about the food that I eat, because I really don't know if I eat tomorrow. I really don't know that I might eat dinner. So I believe that each and every law student does have something to offer or something to say, because I shouldn't call them disadvantaged, but they are students who have hopes, who have plans of pursuing the dreams that they want. And I wouldn't call them a disadvantaged students. I would call them ordinary students, or I would call them students who would want to achieve the goals and the objects that they have set. Because I believe that they have been sent by their parents thinking that they would be able to pay their tuition fee. Even I have been sent by my parents thinking that they would be able to pay their tuition fee. However, in life, there are challenges. There are challenges that we all face. But the question that we need to ask ourselves is, how shall we overcome those challenges as students? I am trying to find out ways of overcoming those challenges that the students face. Because, as I have already said, I have come across many people who have a financial problem, who have academic problem, and I believe that you guys have witnessed. I have been there for them. I have helped them in one way or the other way. I shouldn't call them that they are a disadvantage. They are not disadvantaged, but they are students who have dreams and hopes in life, and they would want to make their dreams into reality. And that is what I am standing for, and that is who I am. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ali. You see now, this to make it very difficult for the voters to choose because they're very brilliant young men. You can hear direct from their reasoning. Since I came to this university, I have been seeing students complaining about missing marks. I remember in the regime of His Excellency Emeritus Magom, he brought up an option for online tests for students that will have not registered for the semester before they are done. But still, there is a challenge that before you register, you will not have a chance to sit for these exams. How best do you think these students are going to be helped? Do you think what Emeritus brought was right or was it wrong? Let me start with Lemi.
First of all, I want to appreciate the fact that you recognize the achievement of His Excellency Ivan Magomu. Ivan Magomu is my close friend and one of the people who has politically mentored me and legally mentored me as well. Now, the challenge we face is that we have a cluster of persons in our community, in our society, who counterfeit the reality we are facing. You know, the issue of missing marks is not an issue that is only subject to IUIU alone. When you go to Makerere, marks miss. When you go elsewhere, marks miss and all that kind of stuff. But the question of missing marks should be a question of how has it happened? What is the cause of the missing marks? Has it happened naturally or has it happened due to some kind of sabotage? What I mean by some kind of sabotage, has the lecturer maliciously not put the marks? Well, it cannot be the cause because at IUIU would not write your name on examination papers, save for these mid-term tests. And all the mid-term tests are submitted through the ERP for easy tracking. So if a student has submitted on time, then definitely there's no way the marks may miss unless otherwise, and it can be blamed up on the lecturer. While in office as the General Secretary, we made it a point together with His Excellency. One of our most prestigious achievements is that we ensured last semester that no student,
1 minute, Lemi.
in summary, that no student failed to submit their examination, test exam. We had it as a point that even though the portal has been closed, all lecturers were put at ransom and asked to kindly reopen those portals because many students failed to do that, the exams, and submit them in due to the challenge of 60% policy of the tuition, which takes us back to the ideology my brother was raising earlier on about calling these people not disadvantaged but ordinary. In the plain sense of the word disadvantaged, there is another word that sings over the shore, and that word is advantaged. In the sense of two rivers, two shores of a river, and one is disadvantaged, the other is advantaged. One has paid tuition, one hasn't paid tuition. So I want to agree with him that they're surely ordinary students, and that is the category of people I belong to, and that is the aspiration OSA is pushing for.
Thank you very much. Mr. Missing Marks.
I believe that we all encounter missing marks, regardless of the class that we are. But the question that we need to ask ourselves is, why are we missing marks? And what causes of missing marks? And I do have an answer to that question. One of my agenda, or one of my 5-point program, is bridging the gap between the students and the administrators. I firmly believe that having tremendous connection with the administrators, we shall be able to track down or to find out the marks that the students miss. Therefore, I am willing to establish incredible connections with the administrators so that the needs of the students will be heard, will be answered. And I think that's the only way that we can deal of missing marks.
Oh my God. There is nothing more to say about missing marks. As you can see, both are viable candidates. They both have possible solutions. So, come what may. Once again, I would like to recognize the Seven Talk and thank them very much for hosting this show. Open your YouTube, visit the Seven Talk, like, comment, and subscribe. LSS account, funds. Recently, we have been having a challenge that the society organizes activities, but our account does not have enough funds to let these activities happen. How do you wish to solve such an issue, Mr. Ad?
Thanks for the question. I would answer that question in a way that I believe that you all know that I have not been appointed in any position of LSS government. Of course, I always hear LSS account. I always hear that Ali, you need to pay 20K. But I always have a question in my mind. Ali, where does that 20K goes? Because the other day I was trying to calculate the amount of money that we all pay. For example, we are almost 700 students. When I calculate that money is approximately 14 million. The question that I have in my mind is, where does that money goes? And if we happen or if we intend to hold activities, most people say, we don't have money, or we don't have money that we can run the activities of LSS. So I have come up with a solution. The solution that I have come up with is, I am currently planning, with the help of different people, to have an account which is different from LSS account to run the activities of LSS. That is the plan that I'm having. That is one of the things that I am advocating for. The other day, I was talking to a brother of mine who is in the evening. He's a member of parliament. What he told me was, he told me that, Ali, we can have an account which is very different from LSS account, which we shall employ to facilitate the activities of LSS. I believe that we need an account which is different from LSS account that will enable us to run the LSS activities.
Mr. Ali, before you put back the microphone, so is the 20K subscription also going to be sent to this particular account you intend to establish?
Not really. Not really.
So where will the funds come from? No, it's okay.
That's a very good question. Let me answer it. That's a very good question. So basically, I'm not going to ask students to pay 5K or to pay 10K or to pay 20K to run the activities of LSS. I honestly do have various connections whereby those people are willing to subsidize each and every activities that we need at the faculty. And remember, they are studying with us, but they have not given a chance to offer everything that I'm telling you. As I've earlier said I've engaged many people. I have not engaged only with people whom I study. I've engaged various of people, and I always ask their opinion and how we overcome the challenges that we face at the faculty. And those are the advices that I have gotten from them. And I believe that with the help of those people, with the help of the administrators, we can have an account which is tremendously different from the LSS account.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ali. Mr. Lemi, yes. LSS account and funds.
Thank you very much. As my brother Ali was submitting, I was laughing from the sidelines because he speaks from a point of view
Mr. Lemi,
that is...
answer the question.
Yes, I'm coming to the question. He speaks from a point of view that is absolutely far from reality. Allow me to react to you briefly, then I give you a realistic one.
2 minutes to react and give your submission.
Okay, it's okay, fine. Opening a different account is simply digging another hole to fill another hole. It doesn't solve the problem, it simply creates another problem. I have been in office. We are about 870 law school students, apparently. But I can assure you that it is only the year one class and probably some of the individuals, though there was a policy enacted by the dean last semester that forced majority of the students to pay this money in the account, and we run these activities. Now, we are having several activities. Before I even go to the several activities, let me give you the plan that the ordinary students agenda has, a sustainable plan. Last semester, I, together with the president, under the stewardship of the president, Kakaire Umar, organized a fundraiser whereby we invited several dignitaries, inclusive of the people he's talking about, and we had a total fundraised amount to only 6 million shillings. And remember, we hadn't used any kind of money from the account earlier, which therefore states that out of the money fundraised, we had to first of all pay the service providers. And we had stated that the 5,000 amount, a 5K be a price for students to come. In that 2,000 is for the refreshments, and the 3,000 goes into the catering of the meat and that kind of thing. It was a roast and sports edition for the first time. We had 2 days of the weekend. And he didn't attend, first of all. He wasn't there. And I expected that the people, I expected that when we talk about issues of finance, finance is, for the record, I did economics and I love the money language. Let me get into this. Whereby we have a recurring financial plan, it is much better than a begging economy. We as the LSS are bigger than begging and stooping to individuals who have their own problems. The LSS is looking, under the OSA, is looking at establishment of, first of all, a student's business, an LSS business. When we had the fundraiser, when I went to meet the NRM head of treasury, she told me, why should we keep on giving you guys money?
In a nutshell,
Can't you just give us a proposal and we finance a business that is going to bring on money into the society? We are looking at establishing an LSS business. We are looking at partnerships with law firms and NGOs. Apparently, during my term of office, we have partnered with 2 NGOs. We have partnered with the Center for Constitutional Governance, CCG. We have partnered with FIDA Uganda. And we're supposed to be having interactions with these NGOs. And that is how we plan to solve this. The LSS today has raised, groomed millions of judges, lawyers outside there. An alumni reconnection is going to sort the financial problem other than a begging economy.
thank you very much, Mr. Lemi. Time is not on our side, but let me ask this. The recess semester, we get to have issues where, for example, finalists have some missing papers or have some papers that they have to do. But the price of the research semester is alarming and you need to graduate. Do you think 1 million for one paper is right money for someone to graduate? Let me start with Ali. Strictly 2 minutes.
To answer that question, I would say that I would want to admit that we are in a system whereby we can't change anything, but we need to abide by. We know there's laws, regulations that governs IUIU system. And if I tell you right now, I will reduce that money, I am absolutely lying to you. But I do have a possible solution that I think that will favor those who would want to graduate without having any bending paper. And the solution that I have is to
Mr.
encourage.
Cameraman, Mr. Cameraman, please give him a single. Go on.
To encourage them to do their papers in time, to make sure that they don't have a bending paper. If they have a bending paper, then they should abide by the rules and regulations that govern IUIU, because I know that we are in a rigid system whereby neither of us can change anything or can add anything, but we need to abide by.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ali. Mr. Lemi, recess semester.
I first of all, I am a very positive person, and if at all the word positive living was not spoiled, I would say I'm positively living. I don't want to say that now. I am a person who believes everything can change. We are in a rigid system, as my brother has stated, but whereby a leadership is not visionary to thinking that change may happen, then we are simply headed to dump in a ditch. When we had the students' conference last semester with the rector, I spoke to the face of the rector as the voice of the students, as the aura of the students, as the lion of the students, and said it to his face, Mr. Rector, sir, it is unrealistic for you to do A, B, C, and D. What does the OSA plan to do? The OSA already is in touch with the office of the rector, office of the vice rector, academics, academic registrar, and everyone necessary. What we are looking at right now is we want to agree with what our colleagues said, encourage people to do the papers, but whereby conditions do not necessitate someone to do a paper, are we going to still encourage a person to do? Whereby conditions do not allow someone sit, or whereby someone prepares for the paper, unfortunately, luck is not on their side, will the encouragement still do? What we are looking at here is that we hope for up-table negotiations. Negotiations that are going to, one, reduce the amount of money to the necessary. If it is a retake, let the student pay for a retake. If it is a take, let the student pay for the take. I don't see it necessary for a student to pay the full amount. We are in a rigid community, yes, but no rigidity is too hard to advance to the technology. I love the speaking of one man called Dr. Jagenda. He lectured me Islam in year one. Jagenda told me that the problem we have in our community today is that the community we are living in is in the 21st century, but we are stuck to the problems of the ancient Islam, whereby Islam wants to rotate, many people pull it back, which is something I don't want to go into, but we, as the OSA, would like to agree with Jagenda and state that we are opting for up-table negotiations to see that the amounts are retained, because all these policies at one time were zero policies, and all policies can be changed because no policy originates out of the blue, like the way God at one point said, let there be light, and light appeared. Let there be water, and water appeared. These things were discussed, agreed, and settled. And that is a lasting solution that we are looking at, because OSA is not for today only, but for today, tomorrow, and the day after. Thank you.
Hold on. Wow. Possible solutions. Like I said, we want to thank the 7 Talk. Visit YouTube, like, subscribe, and comment. This is my last question to you guys. And I want each of you to use 1 minute each. Strictly 1 minute. Because we are lawyers, we need to be time conscious. So, when someone hears law school, what comes to their mind is books, 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 books. We have seen that our seniors in the field, particularly senior lawyers, you get to watch videos on the internet whereby these people have become drunkards, these people are doing things that do not move in line with their career, and very many other things. Do you think law school is only supposed to be based on academics? And Mr. Lemi, you are too anxious, Mr. Lemi.
Thank you very much.
Strictly 1 minute.
Yes, yesterday the EC chairperson called me to listen to a
Mr.
petition.
Lemi, answer the question.
Yes, I'm answering the question. Do not zigzag, please.
Mr. Lemi, do not relate to the Electoral Commission. Answer the question.
Okay. The question to answer is no. Law school is not about books only. That is why, as the OSA, we appreciate the effort of our co-candidate who has been discussing for several people, I inclusive, he discussed for me. However, after the suits are off, what happens? We have a law dinner coming up. I urge all members to attend the law dinner because you learn a lot of legal culture from it. We as the OSA have the President's Cup coming up. We're going to have the President's Cup to push sports, and 7 Talk, please come around. We hope to have a developed moot and debate culture. I, for one, I am a debater, I am a mooter. We hope to impound, enroot, deepen, sink, and compound this culture of debating and mooting, because during the OSA regime, we need a trophy, trophies and trophies. During my time as General Secretary, I registered IUIU main campus Mbale for 2 international moots. For the first time ever, we participated in JSAP moot. and I did the registration as a pioneer thing because I was enlightening the LSS then. And now the mission is not to enlighten anyone because we are now enlightened. At this point now, we are in a point whereby we are building onto the previous achievements for a brighter future because we believe law school is not about books only. And if it is about books only, then Lord Mayor Mulodi Arias Lukwago will not be where he is today.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ali.
So to answer that question, I would say that I believe that each and every law student possesses unique qualities. I also believe that some of us are good at playing football, some of us are good at playing, noting, debating, researching. So the question that we need to ask is, does our LSS society offer all those activities? The answer is no. I am therefore planning to put all those activities so that each and every individual is empowered to participate in the activities that LSS society. I know some people might think that, Ali, we do have these activities and the students don't participate. How will you handle that? I would answer that question in a way that, what if we do something that valuable that would attract the students to participate in the activity of the LSS? For example, if we say there's a march today, or if we say there's a moot, and that a class that wins that moot will be given a free transport to CB4, don't you think that the students will actively or inactively participate? So what I mean by saying actively or inactively will participate, I know that if I tell the students that a class that wins will be given a transport to CB4, or will be given a goat, or will be given a trover, some of them might not participate actively, but they will be there for their class. By being there, they are inactively participating in the activities of LSS, and I think that's the only way that we can realize the individual powers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ali. Wow. These young boys are making it very difficult, even for me, to choose who I will vote for. They are two very brilliant young men, but inshallah, in the near future, we shall side with someone. All of us, we shall side with someone. The very last question. This one is going to be different for each particular person. The cameraman, I beg you, give a single question to Ali Noel Ali. Mr. Ali, like I said, each of you is going to receive one last question. Mr. Ali, you have been in Islamic University in Uganda, law school for the past 3 years. Have we seen you anywhere in an elective position of the society? Why are you waking up now?
Thank you very much. Thanks for the question. I would say that when it comes to serving the society, it does not necessarily mean that you need to hold a position. What it means is that I am part of the society and I need to do everything that I can to ensure that each and every law student succeed. What I mean by that, the other day I was in Kampala. I was called by His Excellency Kakaya Umar, and he told me to sell t-shirts and books on behalf of the LSS. Yet I was not elected in any position. I traveled from Kampala to Mbale to sell, and what he told me was, he told me that, Ali, do you know what? I'm going to give you each t-shirt 3K. What I told him was, I told him that I don't want any money, even I don't want 500. I don't want 500. I am doing what I'm doing because of I need to serve my people. I need to serve the society that I am in. I therefore say that I don't need to be elected, but I know the challenges that the students face, the problems that the students face, and I know how to resolve those challenges and problems. I believe that my co-candidate said that the other day he did not participate the fundraising. Surprisingly, I went to hear that I contributed and she gave me a bowl of soda and a piece of meat. And I was there. And my co-candidate is claiming that I did not participate. I know that Hitler is there. I know that Mbanga is there. I know that Aisha is there. And all people can witness my dedication and sacrifices towards the LS society. I therefore not need to be elected, but I need to serve the society. Even if Lemi goes through, I swear upon Allah, I will definitely stand shoulder to shoulder with him, no matter what. Because I believe if we work together, I believe we can achieve at least something and we can change something. So I would say in my conclusion, I have not been elected, but I have been one of the most active students that the LSS have currently, and people can witness that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ali. Mr. Lemi,
Yes.
the cameraman, give him a signal. Mr. Lemi, you have been in law school for 3 years.
Yes.
You have participated in 3 governments of this society.
Yes. Yes.
Don't you think it's time to leave other people hold office?
I love your question. Your question reminds me of a question that Samson Kasumba asked His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni when we had the Tojikwata Core debate in 2017. And what did Museveni say? Museveni's answer was, the people of Uganda always do what? Elect me back to office. And they still love me. Now, I don't want to use the same words, but every single time we come back to the political field, we come back with a different particular agenda. When I joined this law school, I was elected chief fresher of March intake, and we pulled strings here and there with the administration to nullify our intake because we were to begin with semester 2, then semester 1. However, the administration did not accept that. And it happened that I was appointed as the vice chairperson of the debates committee under the governance of Onyango Silva. And we pushed the law society under my leadership for the first time into the first partnership with CCG. That was the first time we established this partnership under His Excellency Onyango Silva. In other words, what I'm basically trying to put on table is that the question of love for the society is not one that anyone can ask me because it is written all over my face. If I had no girlfriend, the society would be my girlfriend. The question of passion for this society is not one that arises when I have political interest, but the passion is in every drop of my blood. The question of zeal in society work is one that has jeopardized my health because I take nights long, days long, working on concept papers for this society. The question of why is it time to live? It's never time to live until we have the right society upright. The time when we shall live freely will be the time whereby no student is missing a paper because of tuition related issues, whereby the society has a sustainable financial goal other than a begging economy, whereby the social stratification is broken down, that this category is the one to participate in moots, this category want to participate in debates. The time we shall live is the time whereby we don't need to persuade people with a trip to CP, but rather encourage and pound love in the people, that every heartbeat of theirs pounds with love for this society. The time when we shall live is the time whereby we have a shelf full of trophies of mooting, debating. The time when we shall live is when we have a world-class moot room, not just 2, 3, 4, 5 gowns. The time when we shall live is when the OSA government is hiring external moot facilitators, trainers to come and teach the moot culture, debate culture. The time when we shall live is the time whereby we not only have first-class degrees, but with zero practicability, but we shall live when we have both a first-class degree with a good moot, a good academic guide committee, and we shall live with a practicable skill and the field connection. And the time when we shall finally live is when the society is entirely unified with love and passion. And that is the OSA dream, to self-empower every individual for the general community empowerment, because that is where it all starts from. It's never about empowering never about empowering the community first. We have a bottom-up approach, not a top-down approach. The approach is from down here, and we are headed up because we are blessed and sanctified by Allah for this particular cause. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is the time where I guess we are about to end. Backstage. Once again, please like, subscribe, and comment on the 7 Talk. Before we leave, please, you guys have a handshake.
Yeah, no problem. Us and also are welcoming.
They are two very strong men. Both of them have very strong strategic teams behind them. And the question is now to the voters. Who is your candidate? Who is your next president? Your vote counts. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the 7 Talk, like, and comment.